Okay, so we're going to look at sets today. The first thing we need to just talk about is what is a set actually. And a set is a well-defined collection of objects. So what does well-defined mean? What do we mean by well-defined? Well, what we mean is we know exactly what is in and out of the set. So if I said to you, A is the set of all even numbers from 0 to 10. Is it a set? Well, is it a collection of objects first? And yes, that is a collection of objects. It's a set of all the even numbers. There's a selection of objects. And is it well defined? Well, I've said it's all even numbers from 0 to 10. So let's see if we can figure out what they are. So in sets, what we write is A is equal to, and we do these little curly brackets, okay? They're a little bit strange looking, and I'm not amazing at drawing them, but they do this kind of a curly thing. And the first even number between 0 and 10 is 2. Then we've got 4, 6, 8, and including 10, we've got 10. Okay. So, can we say that that's well defined? Well, I know exactly what's in the set A, and I know what's not in the set A. So, what's not in the set A is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So they're the ones that aren't in A. So we can tell straight away that A is well defined. So it is a set. It's a collection of objects, which is very well defined. So that's okay when we have numbers, but we need to think about letters. So sometimes we use letters for sets. So if I say B is the set of letters in the word happy. Okay, so is it a set? It is a collection of objects, and is it well defined? Yeah, it is, because it's asked me for the set, all the letters in the word happy. So we know what the letters in the word happy are. So again, we go B and we do our little curly bracket. H is obviously 1, A is 1, P is 1. Now, because it's a set, we never repeat an object. We never put two of the same thing in. So the next one is just Y, because that's all the letters that are in that word. Even though there's 2 P's, we only put in 1. So you never repeat something. Another thing to note is that the order doesn't matter in a set. So we can have, B could also look like this. It could be A, P, H, Y. Oh, that's meant to be a Y, sorry. So that doesn't matter. It can be in any order. So what are our two things we need to remember? Never repeat an object. And the second thing is order doesn't matter. Now, let's look at that set A we had earlier. We had 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So that's fine, that's our set. What I just want to bring to your attention is that each of these things in here, I just call them objects up there, but they are actually called elements. So each of these are elements of the set. I'm just going to do a little arrow thing down here. Elements of the set. So if I was to tell you, or if I was to ask you, list 2 elements of the set of A, you could say 2 and 4 are 2 elements. So 6 is an element, 8 is an element, 10 is an element, 2 is an element, and 4 is an element. They are all elements of that set. So watch the next video to learn about some of the notation we use for sets. But just a quick recap, a set is a well-defined collection of objects, which means we know exactly what's inside and what's outside. We never repeat an element, and the order of the elements doesn't matter.